so everyone who is with me now, can you just let me know really quickly if you can hear me? You should be able to hear me now. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Dan, and welcome to the stream. Hi, Jacob, welcome to the stream. Okay, so Jacob and Dan, as you are with me at the moment, are you happy with these two in the centre? We're taking a centre. The ball's got to go forward in AMF rules, obviously. Are we happy with number 3 and 2's positioning? If yes, great. If not, why are you not happy, and what would you do to move it? Okay, so let me know in the comments as quick as you can. Are you happy with number 3 and number 2 for the red team's position? If not, what would you do to change it? That is the opening question for everyone that is currently live with me right now. Number 3, number 2, are you happy with their positioning, or would you change? I'm being told that I've got 6 people live with me right now. Let me know in the chat who that is. And as I said, welcome Dan and Jacob. And let me know number 3 and number 2. Are you happy with their positioning right now, or what would you do to change it? 8 people live with me right now. Welcome, and I do apologise for the technical fault that we had a minute ago. Hopefully we are a lot better now. Okay, so Jake, welcome to the stream, Jake. Dan said get them wider. Good. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll get them wide. Don't know why my chat's being very slow on my phone. Good. Okay, so we'll start. We'll play it forward. Let number 4 come in here. And we're going to play out. Okay? So that will mean that there's going to be an immediate reaction from number 5. Number 3 is going to keep an eye on number 5 to start with. And number 4 will, to try and keep the game compact. Obviously, number 3 will try and make sure there's no parallel or any middle option, and number 4 will make sure there's no middle option, or it'll keep an eye on what number 3 does next. Jamie Stewart, welcome to the stream. Joe Davis, welcome to the stream. Josh, welcome back. Sorry about the technical faults from earlier. Okay. What is currently missing from the Reds? We have our on the ball option. We have the ball, the outlet. We have our pivot. What is currently missing? Can you get in the comments what is missing right now? So currently, number 2 red is on the ball. Number 3 is our outlet. Number 4 is our pivot. What is missing? So the number 5 is current. What are we looking for number 5 to be doing? Loads of quick questions for you guys. What would we like number 5 to be doing in this situation here? Just have a little think on the board. Number 2 is on the ball. Number 3 is our outlet. Number 4 is our pivot. What are we doing? John. Not number 4. It will be number 5. But great answer. We are looking for a parallel. The main reason it's not 4 is because 4 passed it, and after a pass we want him to go into pivot. So, as number 5 is now coming into parallel, that is going to change the way that the yellows defend. So number 3 is going to have to make sure that he cuts out the parallel option. The fixed number 2 has now got to make sure that he's occupying this space as much as he can. And number 4 is going to be making sure that he's keeping this space free, but also keeping an eye on number 3 here. Dan said parallel, well done. Dropping short gives... Good. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, so let's go to the next little bit. So number 2 is going to switch. We have been speaking recently about number 5 going to shut this down, but it's too far away. So what needs to be happening here is the time that we are trying to fix, to try and, the time we're giving this person on the ball has to be as less as possible. So number 4 will go and shut down. He's going to come across to become the fixed. Number 2 is, to start with, he's going to mark in the middle, but will eventually come out as parallel, because number 4 for the reds is going to come as parallel. Number 2 is now going to try and block that off. Number 2 here is going to come in as pivot to start with, and 5 is going to come in here as our outlet. So we've got our parallel, we have our pivot, and we have our outlet. Number 4 is shutting down. 5 is now going to come in and try and occupy number 2. Try and avoid him to have the ball as much as possible. 2 is stopping the parallel, and number 3 is occupying the space. Okay. Okay, next. I just want to go over it a few times, so if there is anyone new on here, it just gives you a bit of an update of what we've been talking about. So now what I want to talk about is how we can create space on the court. So at the moment, number 5 has got loads and loads of space. Number 2 needs to create space. Number 4 needs to create space. At the moment, 3, 2 and 4 are occupying the triangle. However, if they want to, they can spin that triangle, and it can be switched to potentially an invisible triangle here. So that option is on. But what we need to be trying to do as much as we can is creating a space where our players can start driving into space. Okay, so 5 is keeping an eye on number 2, but at the same time 5 is also going to need to get out here if it's switched. So number 4 has to get here nice and quickly to try and stop it going into the middle to number 2. That allows number 5 to push up a little bit more so he can intercept here if he can, but also the travel distance from here to there, is going to be less. Okay, so first question. What can the players do off of the ball that is going to create space? So we're going to start with number 5. What can number 5 do to create doubt for number 5 and to create the space to receive the ball? So number 5 can create the space now, but what number 5 needs to do is try and push number 5 back a little bit and number 3 back a little bit, so then he's created even more space here, so then he can drive when he receives the ball. What can number 5 do in order to push the yellows back to create more space in this area here? Let me know your questions down below. What can red number 5 do in order to create more space and time with the ball so that it will allow him to start driving forward? I'll give you a couple of seconds to give me the answer on that. But just to recap, if any of you, sometimes you get delay on your computer. If you are red number 5, what can you do to push the yellows back in order to create more space to receive the ball, which will give you more time on the ball and more space to drive with the ball? What can number 5 do? Just as you're doing that, I'm just going to talk about the yellows, what they've currently done. Number 4 is pressing the ball, keeping less contact time for number 3 and less time on the ball. Number 2 is trying to block any parallel pass. 3 is occupying the space in here to make sure that he can potentially come tight to 2 if need be, but obviously at the moment he doesn't want to do that because then he'll leave number 4 free. So he needs to stay in between so he can keep an eye on both. If there's a long ball over the top, he can get it. The keeper can come out wide. But right now, number 2s are fairly comfortable. Number 5 can't keep coming back too far because then the distance to come here and put pressure on the ball is going to be too much. But what is important is the yellows. Okay, any answers from you guys? What is number 5 doing in the reds in order to push back the yellows to create more space and time on the ball? So red number 5 here, what is he doing on the ball? Sorry, what is he doing off the ball, sorry, in order to push the yellows back in order to create more space in here? Just as I'm waiting for your answers as well, the reds have got their depth and they've now got their width. We're keeping it very basic at the moment. because we want to hopefully add some layers. Come on, guys, come on. What does number 5 in the red team need to do to push the yellows back and receive the ball? If you don't know, that's fine. Just put in the comments you don't know. It's not a problem. I can break that down for you. But just let me know one way or the other. Just so whoever's in the chat, we can get a rough idea of what your understanding is. Okay, so good attempt. Dan, think is move left. Okay, so here we... let's break that down for you. So, number 5 needs to make a forward run. The moment 5 makes a forward run, he draws number 5 back. Because he needs to keep an eye on any ball option in the middle. But also, he cannot let number 5 run too far. But also, yeah, so as he's coming here, he's drawing number 5 back. Oh. Drawing number 5 back. And then that allows him to come back on himself. So it's a go and a show. So now he's gone. So he's going. And now he's showing for the ball. So a go and a show to receive the ball in here. This now gives him more time and space. So now he can start driving at number 5. And as 5 comes here, if we're quick enough, that will set us up for a potential invisible triangle, if we're quick enough. Okay? So that is our first duality that we've created by drawing him out. But obviously, from a defensive point of view, he will come in here. Number 4 will come in here. Number 2 Number 3 will come in here. Number 2 will come out here. Number 3 will come in there. Number 4 will come out there. But as I said before, by that having that little show and go, it allows you to create a little bit more space to receive the ball. So I just want to talk about how some show and goes or the opposite. So if you go and show, it means you're going away and then you come and show for the ball. But sometimes you can also show for the ball and go away. So likewise, number 2 could come in to receive it here, draw number 3 in, and then number 2 makes a forward run, and then that could be a chip over the top. Now if number 3 is here and 2 is here, the little chip's not going to happen out here because it's too close to the line. Keeper could come out, and it's just not feasible. Now if number 2 does come in and draws number 3 out, that now creates a big space here for it to then come out, and then he can go out. Okay, so he's constantly checking, dropping shoulders, checking, going one way, going the other. This time he showed for the ball, and now he's going away to then receive it long. Again, in here I wouldn't say so much going and showing, unless number 2 is marking number 3 really tightly. He could come in here, number 2 comes, and then he could turn and then go over the top. But I think from that distance there, that's not likely to happen. Also, number 3 is going to try and occupy this space as much as possibly can. So number 5, it's important that he's also feinting on the ball to create that little space. So you can do it off the ball, but you can also do it on the ball. So from going this way, he drags the number 5 this way, and then he can take the ball to the side and then hopefully be able to find that pass into number 3. Because the moment he passes that into number 3, there is an option with number 2, and number 4 can bomb on as well. So number 5 cannot be taken, yellow number 5 cannot be taken by red number 5, otherwise it's opening up a lot of problems. Okay, so guys, get ready by your keypads, because your next question is gonna happen. Sorry, my next question is going to be fired your way. Would you, in this scenario here, want number 2 for the yellows to come in front or to go in behind? Now this is a personal thing. This is not an exact science. Because if 2 comes here, there is positives for that. But 2 also being here, there is positives for that too. So in your personal opinion, would you want number 2 in front of number 3, or would you want 2 in behind? This is just your personal opinion now. And in your opinion, why would you want 2 in front, or why would you want 2 behind? And let me know, just very quickly, why you would have number 2 in front or behind. Reasoning is really important at this stage. So just to recap, whilst you guys are typing your answers, make sure you get those answers nice and quick. Number 5 is trying to feint on the ball to try and move the yellow number 5 as much as he can. It is really important that he's moving from side to side. He wants to try and get it into number 3. He wants to try and see if he can penetrate himself as well. Number 2 is going to be showing or showing and going constantly all the time to try and see if they can move the yellows to create more space for themselves. Hi Cos, welcome to the stream, buddy. No worries, Cos, we all have to eat, mate. So in your personal opinion, would you want the 2 in front here, or would you want the 2 here? What is your personal preference and why? Also, don't forget the goalkeeper whilst we're playing in these situations either. The keeper is always here to help us. It's not always keeper, mainly because hang on 2 seconds, just gonna answer Diamond Squid 08. I'm pretty sure that's Levi. Levi, am I right in saying that's you? So Levi wants to be behind so he can see the whole game. That's not a problem. The only thing I would say, Levi, if you are here, are you saying that you won't be able to see the keeper? You won't be able to see the because left shoulder you right 4. Yes, of course. Number 3 is behind you. But being in here, the negatives is you've left all of this space for number 3 to come and receive. For example, if number 4 is too far out wide and 3 drops in there, you've created an angle for him in here. And by being nice and close, if you're too close, he can spin you. If you're too far away, he can turn and then go 1v1 at you or shoot. But obviously, as you did say, Levi, by being this side, you can obviously monitor the situation. But by being in there is their pros and cons of that. So it's not a right or wrong answer, this one. This is just generally preference. Dan said, in front of the keeper, sweep up behind. Okay, so this seems to be the favoured position so far. Jamie, behind, you can see the passing coming from number 5. Good. Also as well, I'd probably say it depends on the actual player themselves. If you can read the game really well, yes, you could try and intercept. But at the same time, if you're here, you'll be able to and you know the game, you'll know when to come back into this position. But just in here, it's stopping the options of number 5 knowing what to do, and you might force him to go long, which then would mean you need a keeper that's very happy with coming off of his line, which most keepers in futsal should be anyway, because any of the top should be a clearance away or bringing the ball down to play out the back. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement of the fix being here, but please don't forget the fix can be here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing at this point. Now, would you want number 3 completely to the line here, or would you want him a little bit more here? Again, my preference would be here, roughly about here if need be, but also come out here. Number 4. But 4, remember, 4 is trying to intercept anything down the middle, but also is coming to go and shut down number 4 if possible. 3 needs to be aware to come in here and go out there. Right, now we're going to talk about if the 5 takes on yellow number 5. So he's done his little thing. He's drew 5 out. Come on, keep it, computer. He's now going to drive down this middle. Now this is potentially a big issue now, because 5 is out the game. Okay, please please be aware as well, in futsal you're talking milliseconds. Okay, so the moment that 5 is taken, in theory, if the red team are a higher quality, that yellow is now out the game. That's why it's so important. Your first man that's shutting down cannot be taken. He has to yes, high press and reduce the speed at the time of what the opposition has, but at the same time he cannot be taken, because the moment he's taken, a lot of options start opening up for him. Okay, so what's going to start happening now is 5 can start driving down the middle, which means, is it 3 that goes, is it 4 that goes, or is it neither? Sort of defensive cover here. At the moment 4 is not really a danger to us, so 4 would have to come inside. 3, I would personally say, has to stop any diagonal line here, so he's going to have to come inside on this occasion, because if it goes out wide he's got time to recover. That middle, it could be a through ball to number 2 to run onto, or 3 to run onto, but if it is there, it gives time for number 3 to shoot. The keeper will need to be high at this point, because it's not big goals, remember, so he's not going to be able to lob him from there. But what is important is 5 is trying to make recovery runs as quick as possible. Okay, so number 5 is in here now. If you were number 5, who would you be looking to pass to? Number 2? Number 4? I don't think number 3 is an option anymore. Or would number 5 look to start running with the ball? So number 5 could run the right side, or number 5 could run left side. So your options are pass to 4, pass to 2, drive towards number 2, or drive towards number 4. What would your preference be as a player? For me, and this is just me personally, I'd be say driving as number 5, because number 2 can then come here. Number 4 can come wide. Number 3 can come in here. This guy is out the game, remember, and as he's driven in here, it's forcing the keeper back. Because with 2 by his post, he's not going to risk that. It's going to force number 2 back. 3 is going to have to try and block out that runner. And 4 has to come. And if they are not communicating well, that could be a drive and run here. 5 will be taking this. From a winger point of view as well, this would be the inside foot, left foot as well, because you're on the right side. Left foot slowly dragging the ball with the inside of your foot, ready to cut inside of these 2 players or to drive down the middle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something negative now. I'm just going to switch the play because I want to go on to the next subject about blocking. And we're going to go quite a lot into blocking today. I'm just going to move this red here. I'll just go back to our normal futsal scenario. So the yellows are trying to stay compact. The ball's gone to number 3. 5 is shutting down. 4, 3. Right. So as we've spoken about before, trying to create space, go and show. Go and show. But this is where we could be really creative now. So we want to start creating space to receive the ball. So I'm going to start with a few playing back from the keeper. So we're all now in our starting positions, right? Show and go. Number 3 blocks number 5. Number 4 show and go. And now we've created 2 positions to receive the ball. Number 3 and number 4 are not going to risk going there, because if 4 goes, that leaves 5. If they all go, then you have a 1v1 where the keeper can throw it long in our own court, obviously, and then number 2 to create it. So they're not going to do that. But one way of playing from the keeper is if high press player out of the game. 2 players come back. Another option. So again, the reason why I'm bringing up this is because playing for the keeper is obviously difficult, finding space and time. But just by utilising your blocks, it creates space, time. Number 5 could now block number 3. That allows number 2 to come and receive the ball. By number 4 bombing on, number 2 coming out wide, number 2 coming in, you've now created your space here. If you go to number 3, you've already got your parallel, pivot and outlet, which is even better. So just think about, when you guys are playing futsal, how many times could you block to create space for someone else, and how creative can you be? Because we may not want to receive the ball out wide, maybe we want to receive it down the middle. So number 3 could hold, number 2 could come in the middle, number 5 comes out wide this time, and then number 2 receives it down the middle, and then number 3 can pick and roll. So now we're in our 3, and now we're here. Number 5 has got to shut down the ball to reduce the time. 3 and 4 has to push up to stay compact. And then what's really important now is the 2, number 2 has got number 5 and number 4 to pass to. But again, we can be really, really creative here in how we do things. But let's say number 2 passes to 5. Straight away we know number 3 is going to shut that ball down. Okay? It could be number 5. If number 5 can, in an ideal world it'd be number 5 and number 3 would come here. In case it is number 3 that shuts down, number 4 would have to come across, number 2 would have to come in, and number 5 would have to come in. Oh, just stay there. Our number 2 would come as pivot, number 3 would come as parallel, and then again we're in our situation here. Now, how do we get more creative from a throw? Again, I'm just giving you ideas, just so we can come up with a little bit more creative ways of creating chances from a throw. So this is in our own half. In the attacking half, I would very much expect us to start creating stuff in order to go for a goal scoring opportunity, but this one may be just so we can maybe we can just, you know, create an opportunity to keep possession. Interesting here, would number 4 go in front or behind? Probably from what you guys. Number 5 will have to stay a little bit higher. As number 3's gone higher, 2 can come a little bit more narrow. Here, and it's very, very simple. Number 3 is marking 5, number 5 is marking 2 and 4. So what we would do is get 2 to take 5 out of the game. The throw could be there. Now if 3, if the other team decided to do a little bit different and mark here and here, then that would change a little bit. Then number 2 could 4 it comes into here on 4 and 5 over commits. It's quite a big distance for these guys to recover that. So again, it's nothing to worry about, but what's important here is whatever decision you make, you have to do with confidence. Because if you're thinking about, oh, I might lose it here, number 5 might not do a proper throw, and then 5 can intercept. We do not want number 5 to intercept. But this is how I would plan it in a training session. 2 would block number 3. Number 4 would make that forward run, which is a go, and then he'll come and show to receive the ball. Now, in the attacking half, so let's go attacking. Number 3 is on the post. Number 2 has come short. Number 2 has gone long. So what they're going to be doing here, number 5 is going to mark that player. Number 4 is going to be marking this zone here. 2 is going to be marking number 3. And number 3 is going to stay compact, but is going to be marking number 4. Now what we want to do here is create an opportunity for number 3 to score. It's going to go and block number 5. Number 5 is going to cut. He's going to break that passing line here, which is going to force number 3 to come inside compact. Okay? The reason why it's not going to be number 4, because that allows number 3 to come in that passing zone there. Okay, so 3 is kind of like our person that's gonna, in chess, take someone out of the game. Okay, so 3 is gonna stop a lot of them moving. So 4 is not going to want to shut down number 5, but someone has to, because if it's thrown in the middle, number 5 has got a header or a volley at goal, or can receive the ball and pass to someone else. 4 is not going to do that, because 3 will come in here, and if that's fine, then 3 can do a bicycle kick or bring it down or whatever, but that's not. So number 3 will come in here. As he does that, 5 then blocks 3, and then 3 comes to receive here to then go and shoot. Okay, and there's a clip of that. There is a clip of that I'm going to see if I can try and show you really quickly. Yes, you can see my screen, so I'm going to see if I can show you this video really quickly. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. My computer's just been way too slow today. Don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, oh, hang on. Right, I just want to show. Set pieces. It was... I think it was this one. Why is my computer being so slow? Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. This will be the last one I'm showing because my computer's just been so slow, it's ridiculous. Oh, this is killing me. It's just being so slow. So